And now we have our next speaker. And our next speaker is Phyllis A. Fair. She's the executive MBA award-winning communications leader with global reach. So her presentation is going to be about AI and technology and its adoption in the Black communities. And we got to get it fast. And the presentation description briefly is this presentation breaks down AI in plain language and shows how Black people, especially those over 50 plus years and Black small businesses, can use simple tools like ChatGPT and voice assistants. Again, here we go again, to save time, reduce stress, and create real opportunities. Yes. So are you here with us, Ms. Phyllis?
Yes, I am. Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear. It's all yours. The floor is yours.
Okay, great. Thank you, Dr. Davis, for inviting me to speak. I appreciate it to being on this esteemed guest. So thank you. So let me take the moment to share my screen. So hold on. So as it's interesting that we've had for my presentation this topic, AI and Black adults 50 and plus, 50 and older, staying powerful in a digital world. We're not behind, we're just underexposed. And it's so interesting because one of the speakers, Jacqueline, she talked about AI with children. So I'm going to talk about it from the opposite spectrum. So we're going from pretty much the cradle to our, being seasoned in our lives, and how we both ends of the spectrum needs to know about AI. And so, and one of the things Wayne just said, he was not able to talk about, show a demo of music with AI. So Wayne, you didn't know it, but it was a perfect segue to my next slide. So to show actually music in action. And so I want to let you guys take a listen. Come on. Yeah. If you got wisdom, say yeah. We done lived long enough to see the change. From rotary phones to screens that know my name. They say that tech ain't built for you, but baby, the future still needs truth. If you still learning, say I am. Ain't nothing new about adapting, no. We've been doing more with less, you know. We still got time. We still got voice. AI don't erase us, it amplifies the choice. 50 plus still shining, still here. Learning new tools, but the soul's still clear. Yeah. Use it for your business, your story, your name. Pass it to the babies, put respect on the game. If you're not done yet, say no ma'am, no ma'am. This ain't starting over, it's leveling up. Same Black excellence, new buttons to touch. We still got time. We still got say. New technology, same soul, same way. Hands in the air if you're still gon' grow. Still gon' grow. Still gon' grow. Oh, still gon' grow. Still gon' grow. Oh. Now let's learn it and use it. Well, all of that was AI generated. We talked about the different tools. with that song, I put in a prompt using ChatGPT. I told them what I needed. Then I used another tool, Sono, to create the audio and tell it what type of audio I wanted. And in this, my prompt was about, I wanted to have a Jill Scott type of feel. And so that's what it produced for me. And so one of the things, going back to the topic of my presentation, people say that you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Yes, you can. You can be 50, 60, 80, or you can be 4 years old. Anyone can learn AI. But for the purpose of my presentation, I'm talking about our seasoned people. Yes, we can learn AI. We survived. Now remember, we survived typewriters. We survived dial-up internet. We recently survived phones. I have to take funny story. My mom, bless her heart, she's still trying to survive her smartphone. And so we can survive this, and we will survive this. And the reality check is that AI literacy is about equity. We cannot afford to be left behind. I mean, the data shows it. We got 80%, 60 boomers, 60 who are 60 now have never used AI. There is a 15-point gap between white adults and Black adults who use AI. And then we have that 50%, let me move this out of the way because I can't actually see this, a wisdom of AI. We have all of this wisdom, knowledge, years of experience that AI cannot replace. And we talked about it already. AI is already in your life. I mean, several of the speakers talked about, voice assistants with Siri, Alexa. You get your banking alerts. And with AI, it says it's already found you. But not only has it found you, it knows your name. It says, hey, Phyllis. Hey, DeAndre. It knows your name. There's a song that says, I know your name. Yeah, it knows your name. And so you have to remember that the conversation is not about us becoming tech experts. It's not about us competing with 25-year-olds. It's about staying power. AI is going to be moving whether we participate or not. The question we have to ask ourselves, will we watch or will we use it? So you just remember, it's already in our life. I mean, going shopping. If you do any type of online shopping, once again, it recommends stuff. You go in there to buy something that's $10. You end up having a shopper cart that's $200. Like, what the heck? So it knows your name. It knows your pattern because you have been feeding it. Netflix and YouTube. Wayne mentioned it a few minutes ago. There are things on Netflix I like, and then it those. I was like, oh, have you considered this? Yes. Everybody on your smartphone get lost. You make a turn, or there's a detour in the road. GPS automatically reroutes it, so it's already in our lives. Why the gap exists? Several of the speakers have talked about it. High-speed internet, the gap. Looking a limited form of AI training opportunities, but the AI divide is not about intelligence or effort. It's about access. It's about exposure. And unfortunately, with us, it's about history of an exclusion. We've had systems that haven't worked in our favor. And yes, there's some skepticism, but I want to tell you what the truth is. Sitting out does not protect us. It just removes us from the conversation. Let me say that again. It removes us from the conversation. AI is writing policies, it's shaping decisions. And if we're not using it, I mean, some of the speakers have talked about it, it has to have our voice. One of the things that I always do when I'm using the different tools, I always say something about Black. I always say, I want a Black image. I want African American young man. I always say something Black, so it's learning, and so that we are included in this AI and in the various tools. So it's about access for us. It's about dignity for us. So what's at stake? Well, for some of us who are still in the workforce, it's about longevity, learning a new tool, new skill. So like I said earlier, we don't, we can learn new things. I'm in that seasoned professional. I started out my career, worked for several Fortune 500 companies, doing communications for senior level officers. And I'll tell a short story. When I first started out doing PR, I was doing PR for information technology executives from senior VPs all the way up to chief information officers, and then in some cases for the CEO. And when I was doing it for IT, I didn't know a bit from a byte, but I had to learn it. And then I started loving technology so much so I was like, okay, I can do this. So we are never too old to learn, and that will extend our longevity in the workforce. For small businesses, we talked about it. It helps level the playing field. I love that the video that was shown about Dr. Hubert Davis, once again, a seasoned professional. And through AI, he was able to translate in various languages the things that he has in his head, that data in his head, his lived experience in his head. He was able to open it up to a global audience because of AI. Going back to civic voices, I just mentioned it. It shapes policy. We need to be part of that policy. We need to be part of policing, healthcare. We have to be part of the conversation. And then family legacy. We want to pass it along and bridge the gap between our children, grandchildren, and nieces and nephews, cousins, family and friends. We need that survival, that power, that legacy. So our experience, like I want to reiterate, our experience is not outdated. Like I said, it's data. We've navigated careers, we navigated families, churches, and everything. And A is not smarter than us. It just happens to process information quickly. So our wisdom is the asset. AI is just the assistant, it's just the tool. So I'm gonna leave you with three takeaways. So I want you to start with one AI tool this week. Several were mentioned. I mentioned ChatGPT. It's free. You don't need a tech background. You can ask it for something real because from your life, not someone else's life. And do it again. It's all about repetition. Repeat, repeat, repeat and rinse, repeat and rinse, repeat and rinse. Takeaway number 2, talked about it earlier. It's AI is your life, not someone else's. And the best prompts are the one that solve a real problem in your world, not in somebody else's. So here are a couple of prompts you can use for ChatGPT for health. Help me make a list of questions to ask my cardiologist at my next visit. For business, I'm 58 and want to start a small business. What are 5 simple steps to get started? An email. Write a professional email to my landlord asking them to fix the heating. Be firm but polite. One of the things I do on all of my AIs, ChatGPT, Claude, Gamma, and I use a whole host of them. I always say please and thank you. And because it recognizes that when you say please and thank you, it also recognizes if you put in all caps, that was not right. Please revise. They can understand the tone just in the wording if you use caps or if you just say something please and polite. Think of it, it's a person. A person reacts if you say please and thank you. Once again, we're training the AI. Medicare. Explain what Medicare Part D covers in simple, plain language. Number 3, build your village. We always say there's, the African proverbs, it takes a village. Here's our village, our church. You can ask your pastor to host a monthly afternoon session. I mean, I'll raise my hand. I'm willing to come talk if somebody wants, the pastor of a church wants to do this for his church or synagogue or mosque, and do that. And we start learning together. Library, we have free courses, free internet workshops. For us seasoned professionals over 50, AARP has several free things. So I proudly carry my AAP card, and when I have advantages of it and take advantage of it. Your family, ask a grandchild, niece, and nephew how to teach one thing and then teach them something back. We're each learning to get together. Our network, we all have networks. So your HBC, your just fraternities, sororities, alumni group, we can already hope they're already hosting different types of AI workshops. So let's take advantage of these resources out there. And most of these, if not most of these, are free. So take advantage of them. So this is not simply about learning tools. It's about equity, survival, and like I said, dignity. So start with one free tool. AI this week, we've mentioned several, ChatGPT, Wayne mentioned Lovable, Gamma. I also use, there's Claude. There's so many. Canvas. This presentation was a combination of several AI tools. The template was Canva, but the wording with other AI tools. And then build your learning village. Don't go it alone. There's no need to go alone. We have everyone here on this call. We can do this together and then just pass along. You belong here, your experience matters, and AI should work for you and not around you. And every day we delay, the gap widens. This is about money. Our call to action. This is about money. The time is now. This is about healthcare. This is about power. We can't afford to be consumers in a world that's being automated. I mean, literally, everything is being automated. We must be participants. I said it earlier, we have way too much wisdom. I mean, if everyone on this call, if we added up the years of wisdom, it would probably be 2,000 probably years, or something. We have tons and tons of wisdom that we need to share and pass along. Too much experience. We have too much history of overcoming to sit this one out. So don't observe the future. We have to engage in it. That's why I say, don't fear the tool. Use it. Start this week. Ask one question. Build one skill. It'd be great if you could build more, but build at least one skill. Because this time, we're not watching the revolution. We are part of it. Sort of to quote, Kendrick Lamar and a lot of others, we're part of the revolution. So with that, I say thank you. And together, we're all stronger.
Wow. We'd like to say thank you to you, Miss Phyllis Fair. Wow. Like I said, that was just powerful, even at the ending right there. But some of the takeaways that I put down, like I say, a whole list of them, but briefly I'll mention, again, you're never too old to learn, never too old to learn. And some of your takeaways that you mentioned, start with one AI tool this week. Start with one. Number two, use AI for your life. Yep. And the third one was, again, build your village. Again, that's what I love about Every.Black. We're a family. We're a village. Not only here in the U.S., we have people calling in and joining us in London and Nigeria, where the time differences are totally different, but they chime in. So again, that being that village. And you also said it's about equity and survival. We can't get left behind. So again, that village has to come together, utilize these tools. And speaking of, just the word tools, you know, if God trusted you with the vision, He'll equip you with the tools.
Mm-hmm.
So again, you're not behind; you're being prepared.
Amen.
And the last one you said was like be a participant. Don't sit on the sidelines. We have to participate in this new technology that's changing every industry. So again, I just wanted to thank you. And for those in the audience, if you've enjoyed Ms. Phyllis Fair and her presentation, again, put a heart in the chat, put a thumbs up in the chat. You know, again, we got to build our community and keep going. So again, thank you, Phyllis Fair.